Hello friends, my name is Dr. Thakur. Today I will talk about the sulfur constitution. The constitution is inherent tendency to respond automatically along qualitative predetermined individual characteristic patterns. Such reflex conditioned reactions of definite form patterns and automotive compulsive nature make up the total dynamic functioning. This dynamic functioning springs from collective unconsciousness, which has been built up since long by different thinking patterns, different situations and problems, separation, togetherness, competition, aggression, love, and family complexes. Sulfur is a polycrest remedy. It covers too many symptoms or symbolic representations of the collective unconsciousness of humans. Hence, Dr. Henneman called it the king of antisorics, and Dr. Kent called the sora the sinful state of mind. Sulfur covers quite many symptoms of this state. If you study symptoms of sulfur excluding mental generals, you would think that almost everything can be cured with sulfur. So vast is the range of this remedy. So, until and unless mental generals did not call for sulfur, don't ever mistake to prescribe sulfur. Dr. Kent says, less a physician knows of the Materia Medica, the oftener he gives sulfur. In this video, we will see how the sulfur personality actually develops. Sulfur belongs to mineral kingdom. It is situated in third row and 16th column of periodic table. The row 3 deals with developing of identity and ego, doing things for themselves, developing ability to express themselves with reasoning of right and wrong. They always want to be different, but they need direction as they feel lost. They are homesick people and remain long housed up. Medicines of third row develop attachment to specific things or subjects. They are mainly concerned with their impression, appearance, and identity. There are three distinct sulfur constitutions. First one is non-intellectual people, laborer type, fat, dirty, rounded, swarm, rough, and obese or well-fed people. The second type is mental type, philosopher and scientist. They are scholars, inventor, genius, impulsive artist, concerned only with problems of mind, spirit, and philosophy, worrying about who made God. Long housed up, no exercise, sedentary lives, confined to their rooms in study or meditation. They are lean, lank, dyspeptic fellow with stooped shoulders. They are careless, unkempt, uncut hairs, hence Herring call them rat philosophers. Even I have seen sulfur who are too clean, meticulous and fastidious. It might be born out of consciousness that his living standard is too poor, or if his caretaker or wife asks him to do so. Medicines in third row of periodic table are conscious about their appearance. However, you will rarely find such sulfur case. Sulfur is gifted by inspirations which are intellectual, inspiring and focusing on great ideas. Sulfur patients are usually very inspired personalities. If an idea or subject appeals to sulfur, it will elevate his mood and he becomes enthusiastic. He usually pursues that subject in depth. He has books piled up in his study room, but there is no order at all. He works on the respective subject in its whole depth and attempt to master the subject. He wants to conquer the subject in a way no one would have done it before. He has abundant new ideas, but he works on the idea which he is interested in. If the idea doesn't seem interesting to Sulphur, he will not work on it. Sulphur is a genius, studious, analytical, explorer, and visionary. He collects and studies the subject in depth and collects large information connected to it. He connects two or more unrelated ideas or subjects and views those information in a complicated manner. This information can't be understood easily by a layman. He generally uses complicated words or phrases to express his ideas. He is so buried in his work that he don't care for his food, living standard and his appearance and other pleasurable activities. During doing this, he forgets his other responsibilities towards family, towards wife and children. And when his wife or children start to neglect him or leave him, he begs for their company. Many times he gives promises, break them, and promises to get it right next time. Their interests are generally diverse, especially they are interested in intricate and complicated subjects like psychology, quantum physics, universe, etc. They live as they want to live. They don't care whether or not they impress someone. Has a tendency to exaggerate because he gets excited about things and he loves to emphasize the more dramatic applications of the given subject, sometimes to the point of losing contact with reality. He will often justify laziness and abdication of duty by saying that he is involved with more important matters, which usually means pursuing his pet interests. They keep on studying and still want deeper knowledge and hence they never satisfy. They don't understand why people can't understand or accept his theories and why they don't appreciate his knowledge and consider him a great man. Then he becomes dissatisfied with himself and others as well. Tirelessly studying complicated subjects like philosophy, psychology, etc. leads to difficulty in thinking and comprehending torpor-like condition. He loves to talk. Some are highly intellectual and talk to only those who he thinks can understand his theories and observation. He despises education and despises literally men and their accomplishments. And he wonders why it is that everyone cannot see that he is above education. Sulphur has a tendency to be dramatic, enthusiastic, and to think and act on larger scale than most other people. They are kind of eccentric people who study the subject they love day and night, even careless about changing their clothes. They are progressive and liberal in thinking but have great respect to traditional values. Sulfur personalities have love of wisdom as opposed to mere learning and hence they are attracted towards the religious and philosophical teaching of the past. Sulfur prefers to adopt rather simple basic values such as honesty and non-interference in affairs of others. Sulfur is natural entrepreneur can't bear to be bossed about by someone else. They usually prefer self-employment rather than to work for others. Sulfur is not a typical egotistical remedy, but it is not far from it. There are many facets of expanded ego as he believes in himself. Especially his ego hurts when someone disagrees with his philosophy or hypothesis. In defeat, he uses to blame others in spite of seeing his own deficiencies. In these cases, refuses to accept that decision was mistaken. He lives in his own world. They always keep visualizing and daydreaming about something big. This is due to, in part, undying faith in himself and due to his obsessive passion for the subject in question. Sulphur senses the greatness inside of him that he appears arrogant, or they may show more greatness than is really there. Sulphur is an impractical dreamer who does not inspire him and neglects the emotional and physical realities of life. As he grows up in later years, his tendency to become more individualistic. He no longer cares at all how he appears to others and tend to do what exactly he wants and say exactly what it means. They become antisocial as they grow older, especially towards their wives and family. They become cruel, arrogant, and increasingly irritable behavior. They become more philosophical and arrogant. The more unrealistic were his dreams, the more likely he becomes critical and resentful. He develops arguing behavior about petty matters and sulking like a child when he does not get his way. Thinks he has sinned away his day of grace. Spend great deal of time feeling sorry for themselves. They usually blame others for their misfortune. When sulfur patients don't get treated for long time, they start to show symptoms of insanity. They speak irrelevantly. He becomes suspicious, tears clothes, eats dirt or indigestible things, eats discharges from nose, don't bath for weeks, at times become violent and hostile towards others. In this stage, he shows almost all symptoms of mental disorder named schizophrenia. So friends, this is how the sulfur personality develops. I hope you liked the video. Thank you very much for watching the video. Please select the sulfur carefully. Please like, share and subscribe the channel. Thank you.